Induction, induction.
What do we got? Draft penalty. Come on. Video, please. Brandon in pub, Douglas said he will punch ATF very well. Today they met at a hotel room and the other guy got handsy with ATF and said he will put ATF in the ground. W. I mean, honestly, I would as well. Okay. Very good drama. If there's no video, I'll give it a meh.
Doesn't have the same flair on that last
From a person as toxic as you who insults his mother
anymore
and tells people to die, you should be outside putting the discipline and shut your mouth. What did Quinn write? Where is Quinn's response? Quinn is the worst person to address this, I would say. Let's see a bad take by a low IQ NA. So, before I read his context, Quinn is extremely, or has been extremely toxic online. Anyone taking him out or saying X or Y is totally in the wrong. Words in the pub are completely different than physical threats in life. Do not conflate these two, it's insane and dangerous. If anything, I think the punishment is not enough and Avalos should be dequeed from trauma. Physical threats are beyond acceptable and should be punished ridiculously hard. Partly true. But talk shit and you get smacked. I mean, that's just real life. That's how real life works. You talk smack, you're gonna get smacked. You can't fight, lol. Yep. I mean, this is the take you want when you're literally a walking skeleton who dies from a push. Violence is bad, yes. But if you talk smack, you're gonna get smacked. Where's the Tyson quote? Tyson quote... yeah, this one is pretty accurate. Social media made y'all too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. So back in the days before internet, you talk shit, you get smacked in the face. And then people were more respectful. Amar's statement. Just to clarify what happened today. 3 months ago I was playing a ranked game against Sonneiko during the game I called him brain dead. After the game he sent me threatening message on X, which I took as banter. Today he approached me and put his arm around my shoulder and Sonneiko started threatening to punch me and put me in the ground. XD? To which I replied, please punch me. He just stood there and kept threatening me despite of all his manager and coach and players trying to get him to stop. Anyways, I guess he did this because he can't beat me in game. That's a W. That's why Mirko's a good role model. Have you ever seen him rage in pubs when he's losing? I think so, actually. But mildly. Today, a serious incident with Avalos players Sonneiko has occurred against our player to blah blah blah. Whilst teams were waiting at all, Sonneiko has approached ATF, putting his arm around him and issued him serious physical threats. These threats then escalated to even more direct level of physical agreement with Sonneiko requests ATF to step outside of the hotel. This reached a point where Avalos manager requests Sonneiko to stop him being ignored, but both Avalos manager and our own then had to get to him pull vehicle. The entire incident was seen by PDSF and admins. Wait, so he was not put on the ground or what? Were you at this point with PDS into the draft? Was he put on the ground or not on the ground? So he put his arm around him and bantered him. Put his arm around him and issued take it outside. What is true here?
It's gonna feel rough.
I'm giving a mild W to Sonneiko, depending on what actually happened. The way you should do it is you put your arm around his shoulder and say, hello? Why don't you smack talk me now, you little bitch? Or you just do it online behind a screen. Or you want to take it outside. There you go. And then kiss him, yeah. Thanks to Sonneiko's coach, shortly after the news broke. Wait, where's the video? Release the fucking video already. Sonneiko posted, okay, well, let's see Sonneiko's. What does Sonneiko got? Tomorrow I will make a post in which I share with everyone how it all happened and what actually happened today. Ooh. Ooh. Was this one we read already? Ooh. This is one set of story though. A bit longer. After the game, he sent me 30 messages on X, which I took as banter. Today, he approached me in hotel lobby, put his arm around my shoulder, and Sonneiko started threatening to punch me and put me in the ground. Oh, well, he didn't put him in the ground. Well, he literally just put his arm on his shoulder. That's it. Oh my god. So many soys, man. Holy shit, I thought it was actual physical violence. It was literally nothing. He put his arm around his shoulder. Oh man. Sonneiko chokes ATF. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. Richard Lewis is there as well. That's funny. Hottest steak. Trash like bad, physical violence worse. True. True. Isn't Quinn super toxic? Yep. He gets his side of this story. Nice. Summarizing one picture. Yo, you're acting tough online here. Why don't we just step outside the hotel and have some one-on-one private chat? No. WTF? How dare you insult him? Or do you know I'm his unofficial bodyguard? Oh, shut the fuck up, Quinn. I'm gonna provide some verbal assistance remotely on Twitter, of course. Apparently, Sonneiko want to be friends with multiple people. This way you come at me with your boys yesterday asking for a tip. Who is Chris? Who is Charis Safario? Who is that? Skylark? Okay, that's too far. Attacking Alliance players? This is where you came at me with your boys yesterday asking why I tip you. Intimidate me? Lemma, your team said you're trolling, but I guess they're just ashamed of you acting like a child. What? Someone interacted with me online or in real life asking why they tipped me? Banter online in a game? Okay. Banter in person? I'm shaking. Anxiety attacks. A little banter in the elevator? I'm literally shaking. Come on, guys. Come on. Why is everybody so fucking sorry? Smack talk online. He smack talks him in an elevator, asking why you tip. Literally shaking. Come on. Come on. These soys, man, I just can't. Sonneiko's side of the story. Completely different from Falcon's story. What? Two sides of the story? There's two sides to the story? But I just read Falcon's side and I just made up my mind and then I wrote tons of angry things. Alright. Do the reading, someone, for me, please. Let's see if any of this is relevant.
I want to clarify what really happened. I was inactive for half a year and came back about 3 months ago. I guess things might have changed a lot in Dota since then. When I play public matches, around 70% of players are muted. I'm sure you can guess why. Almar was on my friend list, so I could see his messages, and during one game, he called me brain dead. That got to me, so I messaged him on Twitter and said I'd teach him some manners when we meet. I was speaking emotionally, I admit I was harsh, and I apologize for the tone and wording. But I didn't threaten him physically, and I'm sharing screenshots here to show what was actually said.
Okay. Whenever I meet you next time at LAN, you will stop typing chat, I swear. If you don't have brother, then I will teach you how to become human. Okay, that's pretty bad. If you don't have brother, I guess friends, then I'll teach you how to become human. I didn't threaten him physically. I mean, that is definitely a threat of violence. Don't even pretend it's not. Or does he not? Or maybe it just means beating them in tournament. When I meet you next time, you will stop typing chat, I swear. I mean, it could be interpreted just beating him at LAN in the games. I guess. Posting. Okay. Please, like my last post. I don't have problems, but probably you live in some child planet and your parents didn't teach you well good manners, but it's okay for a while. Bring it up in the chat to me, I just save it and show you when I meet you. I hope you tell me the same to my face, not using Twitter, so of course, good luck to you. It will be fun to see your face. Don't even think that will apologize will help you. It's okay to be bad, no need to be jealous. I mean, there's no one who can deny that Amar needs a smacking. Someone needs to teach him some manners. That cannot be denied. That's an unchecked kid just talking smack, not realizing that in real life you're gonna get smacked.
At the hotel, I saw Amar.
Okay, here we go. The two different stories.
At the hotel, I saw Amar with his team. We're both Muslims, and it was important for me to talk to him face to face, as our
Salam.
faith has certain standards of respect and morals we should follow. I approached him with a smile and a friendly vibe, put my arm around his shoulder, hoping he'd take it in the same friendly way, and asked him, "Do you remember why we even had this conflict in the first place? Do you remember what you called me?" His response stunned me. "Yeah, I remember. You're brain dead." I was honestly surprised. I thought he might explain himself or apologize. What shocked me even more was how quickly his teammates jumped in to back him up, just feeling his negative energy, without even trying to understand what was going on. Skitter was the most vocal, so I asked him to give me a moment to talk to Almar. I suggested we step aside and talk privately, away from everyone, so we could clear things up calmly. Maybe that was seen as an invitation to fight, but my goal was just to talk. In response, Almar started yelling, "Punch me, go on, punch me right here," while Skitter called me a bitch and kept pushing for a fight. The conflict escalated very quickly, and my team stepped in to pull me away, which was for the best. All that happened was a friendly gesture that got misunderstood. I only put my hand on his shoulder, and that was it. I had no interest in escalating things further. My guys stepped in at the right time to prevent things from getting out of hand.
Nice. Quinn wants them to get disqualified, by the way.
Later, I managed to have a quick chat with the Falcons manager, a reasonable and professional guy who seemed to want to resolve the issue as much as I did. After the game, I wanted to talk to him again and explain things, but my organization advised against any contact with Falcons. I followed that advice, thinking we could discuss everything in detail afterward. But that didn't happen. Then the Falcons team reported to the admins that I supposedly threatened Amar with physical violence, which wasn't true. I'm sure PGL has security footage that shows there were no threats, no words, no aggressive gestures. The only physical contact was my hand on his shoulder. If that was seen as aggression, I apologize, my real intentions are described above. We got penalized, a -110-second draft time, and an admin asked us to ignore them to avoid escalating the situation further. Before the game against Falcons, by some very strange coincidence, I ran into Skitter in the bathroom while I was washing my hands. I heard some mumbling and didn't even realize at first that he was talking to me. I figured out he was still throwing insults, so I just asked him to follow me and went back to our team room. Skitter followed, and we met a PGL rep. I showed him that I wasn't the one breaking the agreement to ignore each other, it was Skitter. In response, Skitter started cursing at the PGL rep and even insulted my teammate Smiling Knight. I have to ask, where is the line? When did it become normal for players to say whatever they want about their opponents without consequences? Why is toxic behavior so widely accepted, even at major tournaments? Why do some players get penalized for their actions while others don't? If we're really aiming for fair play and respect at tournaments, rules should apply to everyone equally.
True.
Honestly, this whole thing feels blown way out of proportion. I'm sure if Amar and I had just talked one-on-one, we could have resolved everything in a few minutes and moved on with respect.
No.
I approached him with the best intentions, but things played out as they did.
Ah, come on. If you think you could have a talk with Amar, literally a brain-dead 19-year-old who's not been taught any lessons, then you're very wrong, little bro. You're severely wrong if you think reason is in his capabilities. I approach him with the best intention, but next time we come back, I go through the team and I'll keep everyone calmer that way. Like, you can tell Amar is low IQ individual. I'm genuinely surprised that an organization from a country where people's rights are protected under Sharia law would ignore or even condone inappropriate behavior from their player, the only Muslim on the team. Personally, I don't think this sets a good example. Maybe it's time we rethink how we treat each other. In 2022, the day before our booking, I had an hour with Smiling Knight, and some things were said that weren't exactly nice. I asked him why he acted that way, and he gave me a reasonable and sensible answer. It was all just emotions, and he didn't actually mean to offend me. The conflict was resolved instantly. It's a shame we were penalized and didn't get to play on equal terms, but I don't blame the PDM, but they did their job and made a fair decision. I appreciate. We can all agree that Amar needs a fucking beating. That's really all there is to it. Let's see what they let it have. One of them is lying. What was a Sunstance meme? On his side of the story, Skitter is such an asshole. I don't know, guys, but Skitter, part of the story for some reason, is very believable for me. These things Skitter says are very similar. He called OG bitches in all chat. As said by us, Skitter is the only adult who is proud of being influenced by teenagers. Thinks is bullshitting a little, but I honestly doubt he was genuinely aiming to physically fight ATF. To me, it seems more of a what now, you little shit. The fact that it literally encountered. Do you remember why we had this conflict? Yes, I remember. You're brain dead. How would he remember that 3 months ago? That's crazy. You remember a banter he called one person 3 months ago? I mean, the story does not make much sense, okay? Sonneiko told him via screen that he was going to make him respect face to face. Blah, blah, blah. It's nice that everyone involved in this are all unlikable. True. Giling nyo na matunawang taba. Giling, hayaan yung mata nila ay lumuwa.